Buonasera, buonasera, Atalanta 3, Empoli 2. Atalanta go top of the league, guys. Welcome back to Serie Obsessed. What a game that was. Unfortunately, guys, my watch time did cut short. I do apologise for that if you guys were watching that. I tried to set up another stream and it cut off the other stream pretty much, so I couldn't do the watch on the second half. But Atalanta, they got there in the end, people. That is a champion's performance. Not that well, champions. That is a champion's result for me, in terms of how they didn't play that well today. Atalanta were very, very poor today, but look, they still got the result. 3-2. They still got the 3 points. They got above Napoli, top of the table, going into Christmas on 40 points. Gaspolini's Atalanta is cooking this season, guys. They're a serious side. A 3-2 today after playing very, very poor, especially in the first half. Especially in the first half, they were very, very poor. I mean, the game started off. Empoli, came out aggressive. That's what I'll give them. Fair play to Empoli because they was very, very aggressive sides. They set up really, really well. And I was surprised. Atalanta were very, very poor. They very, very sloppy in possession. Just awful in the final third. Awful in the end product. Of course, Matteo Lattegui came off injured, which is a massive blow for them. And Empoli got the first goal from Lorenzo Colombo. Lorenzo Colombo got their first goal. Out of nowhere, really. Really, really good finish. So, I mean, it was poor defending from a throw-in as well. Atalanta defenders are sleeping at the back from a throw-in. One throw-in into the, a cross. Then they cut it back, and then Colombo's there with the finish. Great finish, beats Carnesecchi, and Empoli get the first goal. But then, of course, Atalanta, they had to make the sub. Lattegui came off injured. Zaniolo came on. And the star man for them, De Clatticlar, of course, the Belgium, Charles De Clatticlar, with a brace today, got them an equaliser. I mean, they had a few other good chances where they hit the post twice in the first half. Atalanta did as well, from De Magisti and also Klasanac, both of them hitting the post for them. But yeah, De Clatticlar got them the equaliser. And then that man, Adeloma Lookman, who I don't even think had a good game. I thought he had a very, very poor game for Atalanta, but that just shows you how good of a player he is because he had one chance, one moment, guys. And yeah, he took his chance, chested it down. Great finish from Adeloma Lookman, and he made it 2-1 to Atalanta going into half time. And then second half, they came out, a lot more better. Sort of like the Atalanta that we've seen this season, that free-flying Atalanta side who plays really good football. And then they got a penalty. De Magisti, I think, gave away the penalty, and I think you looking back on it, it was a penalty in the end. They did a VAR check, and it was a penalty, and Empoli got the equaliser there. Great penalty, 2-2, and then you're thinking, is Atalanta, are Empoli going to hold on? Are they going to cause an upset? Are they going to drop points today, Atalanta? But they didn't. De Clatticlar, once again, clutch player, steps up towards the end. A fantastic goal as well. Absolute scenes, gets them the winner. And that is a big, big 3 points for them. They go top of the league, going into Christmas, top of the league. And today was massive. If they would have dropped points today, then they would have, Inter win tomorrow, then, they could drop down to third place. Currently, as the table looks right now, guys, Atalanta, top of the table, 40 points. Their next game is Lazio. Napoli, second, 38 points. Inter play tomorrow, so if they win, they go 37. Lazio 34, Fiorentina 31, and then you got Juventus and 28, and also Bologna as well, all on 28 points. But yeah, this Atalanta side, this is what champions do, man. At the end of the day, even when they played, because today they were very, very poor. They were very, very poor. I thought, especially in the first half, very, very poor. But this is what champions do. They find a way. They grind out result and they find a way. And I've got a really good feeling about this Atalanta side this season. Gaspolini's a quality manager. You know, he's won them the Europa League. He's got them that European glory already. The way how he plays and the system that he uses and his style of play is just phenomenal to watch. You know, and at the end of the day, if you look back on, there's been, you know, Napoli, Inter, Milan, obviously Juventus. There's been different winners now, you know, in terms of winning the Scudetto. There's been so many different winners over the recent years. I feel like we're going to get a number one to add to the list this season. I'd be buzzing for them if they go underdog story, and if Gasperini can finish one off and he can get them the Scudetto. It'll be crazy, but they've had a very good start to the season. Very good first half of the season. They've got a whole second half to come as well of the season. But this is what they do, you know, even against a very good Empoli side. You know, Empoli mid-table this season. They're very surprised with how well they've done. You know, they've got some really good players in there. They're very physical side. They're very aggressive side. I think they showed that today. They made it very frustrating for Atalanta. Going away for Atalanta, I think they played very, very well against them. And you know, they're gonna have a great season, and you know, they're in the top 10 and now in a really good season. But Atalanta, one moment of brilliance, you know, from the Clare wins them the game. You know, overall, you know, looking at some of the individual players for them, I thought Bellanova had a really good game for Atalanta, especially in the second half. Him going forward is superb for them as well. Edison in the midfield was excellent in there. You know, obviously the main guy will be Clare, who, you know, got a brace for them. But players like, I feel like, you know, the subs worked, bringing on Ujurli to give you something different. Sarmadic as well, he came on, he played really well. I thought, you know, Quadrado came on for them, he played well. Of course, Zaniolo came on, he got the assists as well. So yeah, I think overall this is a huge win for Atalanta, a huge win, you know, for Gaspolini's men. And yeah, honestly, I mean, if I'm going to quickly look at their next. Okay, yeah, so the next game is a big one. They got Lazio. Atalanta's next game is Lazio. If they can, you know, it's away from home as well. It's coming up soon, guys, just after Christmas. And then it's a Supercoppa against Inter. And then it's Udinese away. Juventus are in there. Napoli. Oh, guys, this will be the make or break now, okay, for Atalanta's season. This is where we're going to see the big test now happen for Atalanta, because these running games, I'm just looking at it right now, people. Okay, so firstly, we got 28th, Saturday 28th, Lazio, Atalanta. That would be a big game, people. That would be a huge game. Away from home, Lazio is not easy at all. And, you know, you see they're currently 4th place. That's going to be a big game. If they can win that, then they have a cup game, Super Coppa, January. Again, that's a different competition, but it's Inter, still a very tough game. If they win that, the momentum will be huge for them. But then it's Udinese away. That will be not an easy task. Then it's Juventus at home. Then it's Napoli at home as well. So these 1, 2, 3, 4. These next 4 games, and there's Como away as well. Add in the Champions League game as well. This will be Gaspolini's biggest test this season. This will be, if Atalanta can go, and if they can win, or if they don't lose any of these next games, yeah, that's Lazio, Udinese, Juve, Napoli. I think they can go all the way. I think they generally can go all the way. Because after that, I mean, they play Torino, they play Verona, Cagliari. They got some favourable fixtures as well coming up, going in February and the rest of the season. But the way how they played today was not even that good. Yeah, let's just be real with it. It was not even that good. But the point is they got the result. And this is what champions need to do. And, you know, they've been unbelievable this season at Atalanta. You know, watching them play, apart from today, of course, because I don't think they was that great. But the way how Gasperini sets up with the 3 in the back, with the wing backs work really well. You know, having obviously, you know, the 2 in behind Lategui, Lookman and the classic players have been working really well together. I thought, you know, this season in general, I think it'd be a big miss, however, to see how long Matteo Lategui is out for. Could he be the key for them? You know, Lategui is you know, the top goal scorer. He's a top scorer in Serie A, let alone just for them. In Serie A, he's the top goal scorer. him missing, how big of an injury is it? You know, it didn't look great for him. You know, he went off injured very early. How big of an injury is that for them? How big of a play if he's going to be missing? Could that affect them? You know, I thought Zaniolo came in. He played well off the bench. He got the assist. You know, he looked good in parts, but he's no Matteo Ladeghi. You know, Ladeghi is that guy up front for them who will bag all the goals for fun, like they had Gianluca Scamacca last season. Who obviously he's injured now, ACL. But yeah, listen, I think overall, Atalanta's point of view, they need to keep going. There's going to be a big test coming up now for them. This after Christmas, Lazio, Napoli, Juve, Inter in the Supercoppa. This will be the biggest test for them to see how they do. But I'm loving the way how they play. You know, they're turning up in these big games and they're getting results, and that can take them far, especially on the Gasperini as well. So that's my thoughts really there on Atalanta. I really hope they do win it this season. Just underdog story. You know, I think Gasperini deserves it. You know, he's for him to go all the way and for people to start recognising him as an elite manager, because I think he's already a very, very underrated manager. You know, he won the Europa League. For him to go and be a top manager, if he can win the Scudetto, I think so many people will actually start putting respect in this guy's name. I think so many people actually start respecting, you know, Gasparini, because he's a very, very good manager. Trust me, guys, 100% there. And as for Empoli as well, just before I round up and go through some comments. As for Empoli, you know, they're having a very, very good season. They've really surprised me on how well they've done this season. They currently sit 11th place, joint 10th with Roma. But today, what I saw of them is, you know, they've got a very, very good squad there. You know, Colombo looks a very, very good player for them. But yeah, they're very. I think they made it. You know, going away to Atalanta, they made it very hard for them. You know, the three in the back, I thought, played really well. That Albanian guy, Ismaji, I think his name is. He had a fantastic game. He was rock solid at the back as well for them. You know, I thought their midfield was solid. You know, and then the two strikers up front, right? Estututo and Colombo as well. Those two up front, they cause you problems. You know, both of them scored today, but they also cause Atalanta some problems there as well. So I think overall, Empoli is going to have a very, very good season as well. You know, Empoli is a very, very well. I'm surprised on how well they did, how they're doing this season. If I'm being honest with you guys, because they're currently 11th place. I thought they'd be down, you know, sort of relegation side of things. But you know, they played really well, and they're a side that's very aggressive. They're a side that's going to make it frustrating for you. They're a side that's very, very physical as well. I think Atalanta struggled, you know, with that today. But overall, I think, you know, the star man for Atalanta, Declan Clare, you know, brace for him. Man of the match probably goes to him. But I think Edison had a good game for them as well. I would say the subs changed the game. I think around, you know, like Ujurli and Samadish and Saniolo, Quadrado, these subs I think changed the game as well for Atalanta. So, yeah, I think overall, I think they can go all the way. I really do. Well, actually, I ain't going to say anything yet. I'm going to wait until they play, you know, the likes of Juve, Napoli, Lazio. We have to wait until they play. But it's looking fantastic for them. You know, they're top of the league once again. They are cooking this season. But obviously, let's go to you guys' comments, and then I am getting out of it because I'm going to go on my guy, and he's here in the chat as well. We're going to be going live, join the stream, multi-streaming in around 20 minutes time, guys, with Mi Fratello Gio, Juve Cornercast. We're going to do the Juve game in just a minute, guys, as well. I look forward to that one. I may do a match review after the game as well for your game. But Gio, I see you shortly, bro. He says Atalanta are looking scary. They're winning games consecutively. Yeah, 100%. 100%, bro. You know, that's the thing about it, is that they're getting the results. I watched them today. I don't even think they played that well. Especially, I say in the first half, they were shocking. You know, they was stopping possession. They didn't look on it. You know, and that one, you know, and I think the worst of them when they lost Lategi to injury, but they still came away today with the 3 points. They still came away with the win, and that's what champions do at the end of the day. You know, so no matter how you play, they got the result and they got the 3 points there. So yeah, 100% agree with you there, bro. But you know, you and I both know this will be the big test for them now, because I'm just going to look at their, some of their results, but the games coming up right now, this will be the biggest test. If they can go unbeaten through these games, I think they go all the way. I'm saying it here. I think they go all the way, guys, and I think they go and win. But yeah, if I'm looking at some of their results this season, obviously I watched the game against Torino at the start of the season, and they lost the game 2-1. I watched the game against Inter battered them 4-0. It wasn't really a 4-0 game, though. I say that, I think they played well at times in that game, if I can remember, Atalanta. But, so that Inter game they lost, but then let's not forget they battered Napoli away from home 3-0. Let's not forget that one, guys, yeah? Napoli, they battered them away from home 3-0. Yeah? Completely destroyed them. 3-0 away from home. They have shown that they can batter teams as well. They, like Genoa, they bat 5-1. 5-1 against Genoa. 6-1 against Verona. 3-0 Napoli. 3-1 Parma. And then they've also shown that even when they don't play well, like against Milan, they still won 2-1. So they still get the results there as well. But they are a fantastic side, and we've got to watch out for them as well. This season, I think they can. So far, they can go all the way. He also says if Atalanta beat us, they win in the squad. There we go. Gio is saying it as a Juve fan, but I do agree. If they can go unbeaten and not lose any of these upcoming games, then I think they go all the way. Personally, big up to Jaden in the chat. How's it going, Jaden, mate? Hope you're doing well. He says Atalanta, Napoli, and Inter title race. Yes, it seems that way, bro. They seem to be the main three. I'm rooting for Atalanta this season. So am I, bro, because they're underdogs. I just feel they deserve it with Gasparini as well. Yeah, Liverpool fans, we've got Ozan in the building. How's it going, Ozan? You're buzzing. 6-3 settings, yeah? 6-3. Yo, fair play. Liverpool fans in the chat, fair play to, you know what? Credit shoots to you guys, yeah? Fair play to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Fair play. You look absolutely superb. 6-3. Arnie Slots cooking. Yeah. Top of Champions League, top of Premier League, Carabao Cup semi-final. You guys will probably get to the final as well after doing a 6-3 today. You're doing them in the semi-finals over the 2 legs as well. And you guys will beat them for sure, man. And get to the final there. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, big up Ozan, bro. Good to see you. Juve will battle for top 4. They have to turn their draws into wins. I think Gio will agree with you there as well. I do agree. Jaden there. I've gained respect for Atalanta since they played us last season. That was the best I've seen the Italian side play against Liverpool. Yeah, and they battered you, bro. Like, that's just, you're a real one, of course. So it's no, I ain't taking the mick. I'm just being real with it. Like, they destroyed you, especially at Anfield. Like, when you went to Bergamo, you played well, I thought, but they still put in a good performance. But at Anfield, to do that to Liverpool at Anfield, to Klopp's Liverpool, Skamaka settings, yeah. So go and win the Europa League like that as well against the Invincibles, Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso, Leverkusen. Lookman Singhali dunked on them in the final with a hat trick. It's and even in the Champions League this season, right? We, as an Arsenal fan, we played against Atalanta, and they should have beat us. It should have been 1-0 to them because they missed a penalty, but they played very well against us. I think they got a bit unlucky against Madrid in parts of the game as well. When they lost, was it 3-2 to Madrid? But other than that, I mean, they've won all the other Champions League games, haven't they? So yeah, they are a very, very good side for sure. Yeah, exactly. I've got a feeling Atalanta will beat Juventus. However, Atalanta have a terrible record against us. There we go. That could be a big point there. The Juve have been good defensively this season, so maybe Juve can get a 1-0 win. Yeah, that game will be very interesting to see what happens. Obviously, I'm going to do the Juve game in about 15 minutes time with my brother Gio as well. So we're going to get out of it right now, guys. We're going to wrap this up. Big up everyone who tuned in. We'll be back later on as well, guys. Don't forget, we will be live very, very soon. We're on 14 likes, man. Big up for the likes, people. Make sure you guys smash them up as well. Yeah, before we do get out of here, make sure you guys smash up the like buttons up. And yeah, thanks for everyone who tuned in, and I'll see you guys very, very shortly. We'll be going live for the Juve game with my brother Gio. So thank you guys everyone.